Family, South Africans want to give, the South Africans, the one who are championing the Afrophobic agenda in South Africa, they are going to end up giving problem to the peaceful South Africans living in other Africa countries. I don't know how many of you could remember when they started this whole go back to your country, go back to your country. You are taking our jobs. I said it in one of my videos here. If many of you can remember that, look, South Africans, in everything you are doing, make sure that we don't want to hear that any Ghanaian die in your country through this xenophobic attack or Afrophobic attack, whatever we can call it. We can't even know what to call it because the whole thing has become a criminal, operation. A Ghanaian man has been shot dead in South Africa. A Ghanaian man being pie in South Africa. When they said that they are going after illegal migrants on 30th of June, it is going to be peaceful, it's going to be peaceful, it's about illegal migrants or whatever it is. A Ghanaian man in South Africa living legally has been gunned down by this group. Now, I'm going to play the video for you to follow exactly what happened. The detail is being put out by Joy Primes, Joy News Prime. So shout out to Joy News. Listen to how they narrated what exactly happened to this young man. Then, what Ramaphosa said concerning the 30th of June. What Ramaphosa said. And after that, the Minister of Foreign Affairs decided to pick the South Africa government on solidly. They released a statement that we are going to go to that statement. After that, this group of people, you will see that each and individual of these guys have agenda that they're driving at. I'm going to play at least 2 videos. Now you watch something for yourself. Listen, before we move forward, please kindly hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to be part of this amazing family. Let's go.
Tonight, a Ghanaian has been shot dead in Cape Town as xenophobic violence sweeps through parts of South Africa. Our senior news editor, Evan Spencer, joins us with the latest. Evans, really, what happened? How did we get here?
So this is a tailor, we understand. He was in a shop yesterday in Cape Town. The thing about Cape Town is it was looked upon as one of the safest places in terms of the provinces in South Africa because it's a very attractive holiday destination. Possibly, in many people's books, just last week it was voted as a world's most beautiful city because of its very natural, scenic setting. And so you would not think that something like this happens there, but this Ghanaian had gone to his shop. So he had a tailoring shop there that he runs. He had gone to a shop and the tags, the xenophobic tags.
These tags from the March and March.
Broke into the shop and they shot him dead. He leaves behind 3 kids, we understand. The eldest is a 10-year-old. And here's the thing, he's been there in South Africa for 20 years. Okay. And has done this work there for quite a while, built a life there, built a family there.
So this is a Ghanaian who was documented.
Yeah, as far as the High Commission is concerned, this is a Ghanaian who is documented. He's been there for 20 years and has 3 kids. They're now dealing with the South African authorities and, of course, his family back home to repatriate the body. But this happened, from what we understand, on the back of the protest that we saw yesterday, the deadline that was issued for all African migrants to leave. They call them undocumented, but as you've seen now, they're not making that distinction when they attack you, and unfortunately we've suffered the first fatality. This is not the first African country, we're not the first African country to suffer fatality. I mean, we had stories before, Nigerians being murdered in South Africa, and Mozambicans were also murdered. The last time we spoke to the South African foreign affairs minister, who spoke to exclusively to us on the Super Morning Show, he disputed the figures had been reported widely by international media. 5 Mozambicans, he says 2 of them. But we can report authoritatively now 1 Ghanaian was shot yesterday and is now passed.
And any arrests so far? Has the authorities officially told us anything about this?
That we don't know yet. I believe what is happening right now from the information we have from our sources within the Ghana High Commission in Pretoria, South Africa, is that they're working with the South African authorities to investigate what happened. The thing about the protest yesterday was that there were thousands of police officers deployed to ensure that doesn't turn violent. But in spite of that, from the visuals that we saw, they were looting yesterday. People were still beating when they saw you, and they questioned your nationality and you come from an African country. The police sometimes were successful in dealing with some. In this case, they woefully failed, right, to deal with that. Criminals obviously joined the protests and to use it for their own, set their own purposes. And a Ghanaian, unfortunately, was caught up in that, has been shot.
Do we know if the Ghanaian High Embassy or the High Commission in South Africa has released a statement talking about, Ghanaians needing to take care, or any statements regarding this particular incident?
Yesterday, because this was pre-announced, it was announced 2 months ago that June 30th is when everybody must leave. The High Commission there had put out an advisory that on this day, do not open your shop. Don't even attempt to go in there. What we need to know, and we don't know that now, but there hasn't been an official statement. This is based on our own source information that we're able to confirm this. They haven't issued a formal statement to confirm the death, but we know this happened because we double checked this. They issued a statement that advisory do not go to your shop. What we don't know is why he went to the shop. This individual was doing the shop. I mean, our compatriot was doing the shop at the time. And a bit of this will begin to emerge, we believe, in the next few hours, begin to understand what happened, because that advisory was widely circulated. And those in South Africa were put on a platform where they can share that. You go to the High Commission's website, you get information. Social media was replete with messages of what to do. So we don't know the circumstances surrounding why this Ghanaian tailor was in the shop in Cape Town at the time when we know those protests happening. But whatever it is, you shouldn't lose your life because you run a shop. And if you check, and as the information comes out, we probably will learn a bit more about this. It's very possible because the South African laws require that if you open a shop like that, you must be employing South Africans in given jobs. You possibly will find out possibly that he may have South Africans working in the shop too.
Beautiful. So this is what happened in South Africa. The other part of the conversation which is not clear is the fact that they issue announcement that nobody should open shop. Foreigners shouldn't open their shop. But somehow, anyhow, this young man was at his shop. For whatever reason, nobody know, but they went in there and took him out. This is what Ramaphosa has to say about this.
Were you disappointed in South Africa?
No. I mean, our people exercise their right to protest, which is enshrined in our constitution, and we must applaud that. For the most part, the protests, the marches were quite peaceful. Only a very few incidents. It could have been much worse. And I was very pleased that we're able to hold extensive consultation with a number of people. And we've brought to bear the need for peace, need for orderliness, and that's exactly what we had.
Ramaphosa is telling the whole world that it was quite peaceful, but I'm telling Ramaphosa right now that a Ghanaian citizen is dead through the peaceful protest. It was very peaceful, but the peace somehow led to the death of one of our brother. And Ghanaians here are not taking it easy. Now, the foreign ministry released a statement. Let me read that fast, and then we move forward. According to the foreign ministry, this was released on 1st July 2026 to all media houses. The government of Ghana, that's the headline. The government of Ghana condemns the killing of a Ghanaian national in South Africa during the June 30th demonstration, which Ramaphosa says it was very peaceful. Let's keep that aside. Accra, 1st July 2026. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has received with profound shock and sadness report of the fatal shooting of a Ghanaian national, Mr. Bashiru Isak, age 40 years, in Cape Town, South Africa, on Monday, 30th June 2026, during anti-immigrant demonstration linked to ongoing xenophobic attack. The government of Ghana condemns in the strongest terms this senseless act of violence and the rising tide of xenophobic targeting African nationals, including Ghanaians, in South Africa. The taking of any life is unacceptable, and those responsible must be brought to justice without delay. On the instruction of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ghana High Commission in Pretoria has formally registered Ghana's protest with the Department of International Relations and Cooperation and has subsequently filed a complaint with the South African Police Service. This step was carried out after having confirmed the identity of the deceased and notified the bereaved family. At the request of the government of Ghana, an autopsy has since been performed on the body. Ghana demands from the South African authority a full, transparent, and expedited investigation leading to the arrest and prosecution of the perpetrators. We also reiterate our call on the South African authority to ensure enhanced protection for all Ghanaian nationals in affected communities. The ministry, through its High Commission in Pretoria, has formally registered Ghana's protest to the South African authority and has reiterated our expectation that South Africa, in line with its international obligation, will guarantee the safety, dignity, and right of all foreign nationals on its territory, including Ghanaians. It will be recalled that Ghana has already transmitted a petition to the African Union Commission. Our former petition on xenophobic attacks against African nationals in South Africa remain active, and we expect the AU to treat the matter with the urgency it demands at its next meeting. This is what they posted. In addition, they say, meanwhile, plans are being made by the ministry to repatriate the body of the late Mr. Bashiru Isak to his family in Ghana for befitting burial. And, the rest of the things went on like that. This was what happened on 30th June. Aside this, there was a lot of looting, family. The whole thing became a crime scene. They looted shops. In some cases, we saw women and their children being dragged out. Inhumane attitude towards fellow Africans. Many South Africans will say that, oh, it's against illegal, they are moving or they are doing these things against illegal migrants. No, this is no longer about illegality. We said it from the beginning. Give us break. Don't tell us you are going after illegal migrants in your country. No. Don't tell us that. Because clearly this man was gunned down. He's not somebody residing in South Africa illegally. He has all the documents. Legal resident over there. When they started this whole thing and Ghana moved ahead and picked some people and brought them home, Jacinta and her quacks came out from interview to interview. They were condemning the Ghana government for coming after the people. Assuming this young man was taken out of that country, we would not be here today. But look at what happened. We went in and took our people. You say our action, You have a lot of English that you use to justify your condemnation. But here we are. You can see that the people who read the street, there's nothing in here. They don't have the thing in there. The thing is not there. When you listen to some of them speak, this young man particular, you can see that he's driving an agenda, whether he wants to become a president or what. I can't tell. He's saying things that doesn't even make sense in the first place to begin with. Listen to some of the things he said here.
South Africa can pay South Africans 1 million every year for the rest of their lives. Let's say the average.
They are just lazy. They just want to sit down and the government paying them, and that's how they live their life. They are just lazy. It's not anything, no. Laziness is what got them on the street. But let's move forward.
South Africa can pay South Africans 1 million every year for the rest of their lives. Let's say the average life expectancy in South Africa is 70 years. South Africa can pay 70 million to each person in this country to sustain themselves for the rest of their lives. We don't even need to work. We can have these legal immigrants coming to South Africa to work for us, like in Dubai. In the Arab Emirates, only foreigners are working. The citizens, the owners, the indigenous people of Dubai, they don't work. We can have that in South Africa. If I were to be given a chance as a president in this country, when I'm 90 years old, so like all of them, I would, in 12 months, I will transform this country to be the second most beautiful country in the world, better than America. I will make a South African enjoy working in a farm. I will make a miner be passionate about working, going down 6 kilometers under the ground to go and look for that gold.
He mentioned figures and it looked like he doesn't know what it is. In the space of 12 months, he will transform South Africa to be the second most beautiful in the entire world.
God have mercy upon us.
Oh my goodness. 12 months. And you can see that laziness is what got these people to be on the street. When they say these guys are lazy, it is clear they just want to sit down and government paying them. No skill. They don't want to learn. Somebody who learn work, open shop, training some of your people, you buy him. When they ask you, they are taking our jobs. They are taking our jobs. They must go back to their country. They are taking our jobs. Now people are dying. Some of the shop right now, as I'm talking to you, is there. Nobody can take care of the shop. South Africans, because of the fact that a Ghanaian national died through this your attitude, the day Ghanaians wake up here and they begin to agitate, everybody can do what you are doing. Let's be frank. Every country can do the same thing. But because of humanity, Africa, Pan-Africanism, because of people like this, is the reason why people keep quiet. If not, everybody can do the same thing, even worse than what you are doing. You understand? Because of the fact that a Ghanaian national died through this, the day my people wake up here and say, hey, all South African nationals out of this country, as I'm telling you the truth, I will not even broadcast it. I'll keep quiet and be talking about different things. I'm telling you the truth. Your family, let me know your thoughts in the comment section.